Hey guys, welcome to That Game Show, the show that talks about all the stuff in the nerd world and all the stuff in between. I am your host, Chase Bunker, alongside the half-Asian sensation. It's Curtis Coe.
Hello, everyone.
One name to rule them all, it's Murph Murphy.
How's it going, guys?
And player 4, it's Daniel Clegg.
Hi, friends.
Alright, whether you're watching us on YouTube, listen to us on Podcast Garden, Stitcher, Tuned In, iTunes, thank you for making us a part of your day. Guys, we've been gone for a while, and some stuff happened this past week that we should talk about. Most notably, Ant-Man, an actual trailer, not the teaser, the actual trailer came out, and it showed a lot more of the comical side, but it also showed us a little bit more of what Ant-Man can do for those who don't actually follow the comic. So I ask you guys, gentlemen, what did you think of the trailer? We'll start off with Daniel Clegg.
I was really curious how the combat was going to work. You know, you don't really see the little ant chucking the guy across the room.
Yeah.
You know, in the comics they can really zoom in on that, and I was just curious how that was going to be put in movie form, and I kind of like it. It's still a little weird, just seeing a guy randomly fly across the room.
Yeah.
But I think the humor of it that we got a sense of in this trailer is gonna make it work for me personally.
All right.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a funny movie.
I'm hoping it's similar to, or at least half of what Guardians of the Galaxy was,
Yeah.
humor wise.
Yeah.
You know, I think when you have a concept of an ant dude fighting people, you gotta embrace the ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Curtis?
The scene that sold it for me was when they were super small. Him and the bad guy, the yellow jacket character, were super small, and they're fighting on a kid's playset.
Yes.
And they have this moment where they zoom out, and you see these little laser beams that are shooting around, and like you realize it's probably this super grand scale battle in scale. But when you look at it from outside, it's actually really funny to watch when you think about it. Because
little Thomas the Tank tank engine, right?
Yeah.
it hits him, and then it's just like shoo, and then it just falls over, and you're like, that's. And the other part is we got to see more of Paul Rudd and how he's acting in the movie. I was really hoping he wasn't going to be super serious, because Paul Rudd is not very good when he's incredibly serious.
Yeah.
But he's kind of doing his.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's doing his tongue-in-cheek thing, which is what needs to happen. It needs to not be just a super serious movie. It
Yeah.
needs to be as lighthearted as possible. I mean, this guy talks to ants.
Yeah, especially I mean, I've seen Paul Rudd serious. Like he was in like one iteration of The Great Gatsby, and he was actually good at that. And it was weird because I was only used to.
In that.
Yeah,
he?
not the new one with
Okay.
Leo, but like an older one.
Yeah,
But, I mean, he was
remember
good
him
at
in
that.
one.
And it was weird because
He
I only
was-
know him as Mike from Friends.
He was also pretty good in. I
Don't
have to
eye roll me,
Friends
Murph.
here.
Murph. That is a good show. All right, Friends is an awesome show.
What was the sequel to
Gone Home's a terrible
Knocked
game. Continue.
Up? To Knocked Up. What was the sequel to Knocked Up?
This is 40.
This is 40. I thought he was pretty good in that one too, and that was
Yeah.
a pretty serious movie too. Even though it was pegged as a comedy, it was actually quite a serious movie.
Yeah. Murph.
I really like the fact that Ant-Man's not a good guy, and I know he's not the worst Ant-Man, which is pretty bad. But he starts out as a criminal,
Yeah.
and he's probably. I mean, it's going to be a finding redemption movie because it's a mainstream summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
What do you want? But I'm happy. I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be like kind of like the first Thor, or maybe not.
A little goofy. Is that what you're getting at? Rainbow
Yeah,
Road.
just a little goofy,
A little
but like
awkward.
still, a little silent. And I really like Thor, the first one. The second one was still good. Like I can't complain.
Yeah.
Definitely not the worst movie I
I
saw
thought
that
the
year.
second one was better than the first one. I guess it's because I like the darker tone in the second one than the first.
I
Go ahead.
thought the villain was not as good in the second
Yeah.
one. Just
Yeah.
he's kind of this weird elf dude.
Yeah, I mean, I like Christopher Eccleston mainly because like I like Doctor Who, but it's hard to go like compare against Loki. Like Loki was just so good.
Well, also, if you have Christopher Eccleston's, like, why do you put him under like 50 pounds of makeup?
I didn't
and-
even know that was Christopher
Exactly.
Eccleston.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Christopher Eccleston.
I didn't know that.
It
like-
was not a good role for him.
it's kind of like I think in what was it like Alvin and the Chipmunks movie. David Cross is in it, I think, or in the sequel, and he spends half
Yeah.
of the movie in like I think either a seagull or a shark suit, and he was saying like, why did I actually have to be in the shark suit? I didn't have any lines.
Hmm.
Just put some other, like, give some other actor a break. Be pretending to be me in the shark suit.
Right.
Yeah. I think what was great about the trailer, and like I agree with a lot of like Curtis's points, is like it was goofy, but yet like we saw a little bit of like seriousness to it, and it answered a little bit of the questions that we had in a previous episode of how is this really going to be presented to us? Because granted, this is only a trailer, and they could completely be misleading us. But we're looking at a movie now that, okay, we see that Paul Rudd's a little bit, he's a little bit goofy, he's a little bit tongue in cheek, but now we actually see the powers. We actually get to see what he can do. We see people flying across the wall, across the room, and nothing's touching him.
Lots of slow mo.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that was weird,
whatever.
like, I guess it's because I just saw Nonstop, but the guy that plays Yellow Jacket, I forget his name right now. I just saw Nonstop, and I hated him in that movie. And so now seeing him in this movie, it's like, oh, I hate him already. Oh, convenient. He's the bad guy. So I can already hate him and not have anything
you
change.
hated his acting, or you hated him as a character?
I hated his character.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like,
that's
he
good.
was
That's
just
good. That's
yeah.
perfect. That's
Yeah.
I'm with you.
And so, like, Nonstop was okay, but I absolutely hated his character. So it transitioned well into the movie. Now, the bigger question now, I'm trying to remember, like, when we talked about this in the previous episode, has it sold you guys more? Like, do you now think that this is going to be a better movie, or are you guys still skeptical now? Start with Clegg.
I feel better than I did yesterday about it because I had no idea what to expect yesterday. I like the tone of the movie, and I like that they seem to be emphasizing the humor. Hopefully, it's not a case of we just saw 50% of the jokes in the movie in that trailer, which happens
Yeah.
sometimes. They highlight the best parts, and there's really not much more to it. Hopefully, there's a lot more in the full 2-hour or whatever movie. And if that's the case, I think I'm really gonna like it because I like visually how they're presenting his abilities.
Curtis?
yeah, I have some reservations about it. I'm not gonna lie. Like I like what I see, but I do have some reservations about it purely from the fact of what kind of happened behind the scenes. We've traded directors X times. We've also traded
three, yeah.
writers a couple times. So I'm a little worried that some of the parts have just kind of gotten lost in the mix. But at the same time, it looks good. There was that one line that they weren't even messing around. It was basically like, "Oh, I'm ready to redeem myself. I'm ready to not break into people's houses. What do you need me to do?" And he's like, "I need you to break into some
Someone's
places and
house
steal
and
lots
some
of
stuff.
Yeah.
So I was
Makes
like,
sense.
So would you say
Yes.
you're ambiguous?
I'm a little bit, you could say.
Ah.
No, I kind of feel
My
like I
doubts
did
are
what.
shrinking.
No, I feel a little bit like I did when I went to see Thor 2. Thor 2 looked good, but it didn't look great. I think this one looks good. I just don't know. I'm just not quite sure yet.
I mean, let's just squash our expectations here. It doesn't need it doesn't need to be another Guardians of the Galaxy, right? It just needs to be.
Well, I like
it
how
needs to be a
Curtis
good
is more
movie.
like the antagonist in this argument.
No, I mean,
Best episode ever already.
Attacked by Queen.
what?
Oh, wait.
What was it?
Queen?
I didn't hear it.
Nothing.
No. I didn't hear the pun, so I can't.
Yeah,
laugh
it was
at
bad. Look, we just
I
need
wanna
to
hear
get
it.
together as a group and carry this large piece of food, which is the fun, and dig a hole and bury it in the
I
backyard.
mean, we're kind of carrying this conversation right now.
It's-
All four of
it's-
us. That's all I can got. That's all I got.
I don't know where we're going.
Oh, we
with
lost
that
it,
one.
guys. We lost it.
We
We
lost
lost
it.
it. Yep.
Keep
Got
going.
started.
I'm lost. That's a Bug's Life reference. Murph, what about you? Murph?
We lost Murph.
We lost
we lost
Murph. That or he's having a
We
stroke
lost
right
Murph.
now and he's like really like frozen. 'Cause,
No,
like,
the fan isn't moving in the background.
he has
so
a
he's
fan
not
in the
having a stroke.
background.
I
think-
I don't have anything else.
I wish I
have
could hear
more
you,
puns
Murph.
to give.
Pure robot.
Right now you are.
Yeah.
No.
We still. You're like.
I think you're good
Tell me
now.
when I'm back.
Yeah, you're good.
We'll know
your
when you're back.
Video is not back, but
Okay.
your vocals are
No,
back.
That's
Yeah, we lost Doug.
yeah. Okay, we lost
lost
Murph. We'll
him.
get him back in the
We're not
process.
allowed to have Murph's opinion, apparently.
Apparently not.
Yep. Hello.
Oh, we can hear
Hello.
him at least.
No video.
No video. Nope.
No video.
How about now?
Oh, we see a
it's coming
circle.
back.
We see a circle. Sorry for all of you who are listening to this audio-wise. We're just going to be describing what we see on video. There's a circle spinning on Murph's section. There's more of a circle.
So yeah, I like I'm gonna just repeat what Curtis says. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm cautious
Video.
like an ant.
Yeah. Any more ant puns?
I can't think of any others.
Yeah, it's a
I get this tiny inkling that you're gonna find like one like riddle pun.
I will find more.
Yeah, you will find more because when you get
We'll
one,
find
there's 20.
I know.
Yep. More of a roach pun, but whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
the-
We're armed with many other ones, so I mean.
So
yeah.
I'll take a picnic to see ant. I don't know. Ants picnic.
I would love to see like show up in a movie theater like with a picnic basket and everything. Just go, hope we don't get ants, and that's it. It's like it's so stupid. And it'd be even
But it
better
would
if like
be-
one person just randomly dresses up as Yogi Bear, just like in the background, going, "Hey, boo boo, let's go get that picnic basket."
See, that's weird.
It did get
Yeah,
weird.
that's where you get into the weird section.
Yes. I'm sorry if you haven't gotten to the weird section earlier on this show. All right. So, Ant-Man, we're a little bit more excited about it. I'm definitely more excited about it because it answered a lot of my questions. I'm going to definitely check it out because one, it's a Marvel movie. Two, I think it could be like Guardians. I'm not going to say it's going to actually be Guardians because, I mean, Guardians is just, amazing. Like, Guardians is at least either, like, top 3 best Marvel movies out there. Next
Absolutely.
to Avengers and Winter Soldier.
I think it's interesting that even before this trailer, I think all of us would say we were going to go see it anyway just because it had the Marvel name attached to it, and we trust their MCU director.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Right.
We know it's
the worst
gonna
thing
be
you're gonna
good.
get is Iron Man 2. Like,
Which is
Yeah,
still
I
a
think
decent movie.
yeah.
Yeah, that's arguable. I think that's a bad movie, to be completely honest.
I didn't like the
think you're
I
wrong.
like the third one more than the second one, but the third one not
Yes.
saying much. Like I thought the
I
third
actually
one was
like the third one.
I mean, yeah, I like the third one. I think it's not a great movie, but it's I'm not gonna see Iron Man 2 again, but I'm glad I saw it.
Since Iron Man 1, there's not been a bad Marvel movie, and that's like 10 years ago now, right? So
Gosh,
Yeah,
yeah,
when-
probably.
When did Iron Man 2 come out?
Iron Man 2 came out in
Is it
10?
2008? No.
No,
Yeah,
I want to
that-
say
that
it
might-
was like 2010 or 2011.
IMDb.
I was at least in Orlando when Iron Man 2 came out. I know that.
Iron Man
Yeah.
2, 2010.
Nailed
Yeah,
it.
so-
Points
yeah,
for me.
okay.
Chase, put a point on the board. Thanks, future Chase. All right.
No, so I mean that's impressive though. I mean, and
Hmm.
they do just about well in everything. Agents of Shield is arguable depending on who you are, but
I know the first. I heard granted, I always listen to you because you usually have 2 good points about Agents of Shield. I heard the first few episodes, it's very tough to watch, but after that, you can get into it.
it has moments of brilliance and moments of idiocy. That's what I'll say. It's like a completely different person wrote the first half of season 1 and the last half of season 1.
It might be that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same way I look at Doctor Who. It's like when I first started, it was like this is like some cheesy sci-fi bull, and then after a while, it's like I love these guys.
What you want?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Clegg, you have a game for us for next week. So right now, let's at least hype it up right now. Tell us this
I
game.
do. This is a good transition since we were just talking about
Yes.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I thought it would be fun if we were to do, between the 4 of us, a summer movie draft.
Okay.
Since summer's kicking off big with the Avengers. And I've selected 20 movies between May and August that we are going to bid on next week. We are each going to be allotted 100 bidding bucks. And you're going to look at the movie slate and come up with a strategy as to which movies you want on your roster.
Okay.
And we're going to bid live on next show.
All right.
And at the end of the summer, we total up the box office earnings domestically, U.S. box office returns
Okay.
for
In
all
America.
the movies in America on your roster. and whoever has the highest total gross for their team of movies wins.
All right. Now,
Seems good.
Sound good?
now
Yep.
when
Boom,
will we
boom.
stop? Because
The
Yes, that's a
last
good
the last
question.
movie is mid-August.
So yeah, but does that movie only gonna be? Is it get like
Yeah,
1 week?
that's-
Does it get 2 weeks?
Oh,
How many?
that's a fair point. I think we'll give that movie, that last movie. I'll give you that one.
Maybe-
It's probably not going to matter. It's Goosebumps is the last one on the roster.
Ooh,
So,
okay,
maybe
just
We'll
maybe
give it a month.
3 weeks. Yeah, month's fine. Month's
3
fair.
a month.
weeks
Yeah,
to a
month,
month.
is probably fair.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And just so it's a little more interesting than just picking the best movies, there are also 3 bonus categories, each of which will be worth 25 million. So, which is a decent movie.
Every
Right.
other,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, I thought you meant
Okay.
like 25 million points.
Okay.
All
okay.
other points will be worth 1.
No. It's all about domestic returns. So if your movie
Okay.
makes 50 million, you got 50 million. So
Gotcha.
these 3 categories, each of which will be worth 25, are the lowest rated movie. If you pick the lowest rated
Ooh.
movie, according to Rotten Tomatoes, you get a bonus.
Okay, so according to
Okay,
Rotten
okay.
Tomatoes, okay.
If you have the worst grossing movie, so
Ooh.
even the worst movie in this lineup is worth whatever it makes plus 25, which might be higher than the second worst movie. And then
I guarantee it, actually.
And then the third category will be efficient bidding. So you paid the least but made the most
So it's a ratio.
as a ratio.
Okay.
So
Can-
you were
can I
efficient.
Would you mind if I made a suggestion?
Yeah.
We need to throw out Avengers.
See, that's the thing. You have to strategize. Do you want to spend 90 of your 100 points and win Avengers and have nothing else? Or do you want to diversify and have
But
6
my-
movies?
my point is purely that Avengers is going to, if you go by pure statistics, okay, Avengers is going to make 200 million. All right.
Oh, no, it's going to make 500 million.
That's
At
Or-
least.
X amount, okay, but an
Yeah.
average box office return for a month is maybe, if it does well, 50 mil.
But dude, we have some really big hitters this summer. I'll give you a couple names
Give
from
me a
this
couple.
thing.
okay.
Yeah, let's hear some.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got the Avengers, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
We've got Jurassic World.
Okay.
That's going to be a big
That's
one.
gonna be big.
Okay.
Terminator Genesis.
That'll be
That'll
decent.
do well. We've got Ant-Man.
Okay.
We'll do okay.
We've got Fantastic Four.
Oh,
might
that's
do okay.
right. That's
Okay.
the summer.
And
Forgot
then
about that.
we have a
Hmm.
few medium hitters. We've got Minions, which is the kids
Oh,
movie.
Oh, I didn't even think about it from the kids'
And we've got the new Pixar movie called Inside Out.
Oh man.
Ooh, yeah.
Some of
see,
these could be
kids movies.
sleepers.
Yeah,
These
kids. Well,
this
no,
one's-
kids movies in the summer.
Are huge.
Oh,
It like
Yeah.
a truck.
So I'm not sure you can bank your entire roster on just having the Avengers and hope you're going to come out on top. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think it's likely. If you've got
Okay.
five or six,
Yeah, especially
Yeah,
you can
it's-
go all in. If you want to go all in on Avengers, that's fine. But I have a feeling if you have both Inside Out and Minions, like
We're not
that's
gonna let you have both of the kids' movies.
Oh.
There's no way. No one's gonna take both of those.
oh, I'm gonna be reading my box office mojo tonight.
right? So I think we should look at the projections for each of these movies,
Yes.
and come up with a
All right.
plan for next week, and we'll do the bidding on air. It'll be
Yes.
fun.
All right. And
Yeah. So
soon,
you have-
not of course not. We'll probably maybe do this at the end of summer, maybe when football season comes up. We'll also do our fantasy draft. Now this is more. This is different. No. It's not gonna be like the NCAA bracket. Which, by the way, even if you guys applied and did that, I would have crushed you guys. Why? Because Duke freaking won. Yeah, championship slap on the flex right there. Oh man, I had a 98 percentile.
Who is
Duke,
Duke?
No, New York, a number
Duke.
1. Duke of New
You
York.
mean,
No.
you mean the basketball
Basketball
team,
thing,
right?
yes. Oh man, I
not the
crushed
guy
it.
snake
Those
Plissken
people
fights.
that are like the Patriots of a couple years ago of basketball. Got it.
Yes. There. Don't throw that. Do not throw that in here. I know what you're doing. Don't be that dick. Don't be that dick.
You mean those guys? You mean those guys that always win?
They don't always win. Duke is one of those teams that either like goes all the way or they just
Big
lose
time.
in the first round. Gosh, don't be that dick.
So
All right.
The games.
All right, let me ask this question because I saw this on a poll and it's a very interesting topic, and I just thought of it just now. What do you think is going to do better, Avengers or Star Wars at Christmas?
Mm,
Yeah.
I know it is.
Ooh.
I
but
I
it is.
think Star Wars.
Yeah,
me too.
I think Star Wars is going to. I mean, not that Disney cares; they own both of them.
Yeah.
But Disney, I mean, Star Wars is going to crush Avengers. I think.
But
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
But okay, we can look at this from two ways. Okay, one is Star Wars is an untested property, especially under J.J. Abrams.
Okay.
Here-
Under
okay,
J.J.
it had-
Abrams.
Hold on.
Under J.J. Abrams.
Curtis, hold on. How many Avenger specific conventions are there versus how many Star Wars conventions are less than or within driving distance of you?
But let me add this point. How many of those people felt burned by the last 3 movies?
None of them. They don't care.
I
They're gonna.
bet money.
George
some
Lucas could
people-
put his name on a sandwich, and they would line up for days to look at it.
If
you're
George
not-
Lucas put his name on
you're
Troll
not
2,
wrong.
people would flock to that.
And I guess it's because I don't have enough information on Star Wars yet. We had a teaser trailer, which was really cool. Don't get me wrong, but I haven't seen anything substantial from it.
It's gonna
And I mean,
be
if
bad
Avengers
because it
is-
has a black stormtrooper. That's what people are saying. It's like, you're idiots.
I actually really love that actor who's playing the Black Stormtrooper. He's amazing.
I don't know.
And
I
he was in
don't-
Attack the Block
yeah.
in 24. He was
Oh,
very good
okay.
in both of them.
Okay.
So
I'll watch
He's
Attack
very
of the Clones
good.
for a little bit.
I have hope, but you know,
Is it A New Hope?
I hope so.
Future Chase, put a point on the Clegg's name. There you go. Thank you.
That was a good pun. I don't know. I think Avengers could pull it because that we know what kind of quality it's coming out. It's a Joss Whedon movie. We know the quality that's coming out of that thing, and it might not do like. I mean, it could be one of those things that Star Wars comes out, gets really shitty reviews, and then it's just over. You know, people are just like, I don't really want to see this.
Gotta
All
edit
right,
now.
let me put it in perspective. Looking at the opening weekend for Star Wars Episode 1 is literally twice that of the opening for Avengers.
But my
Twice.
question is, are we talking about opening weekend, or are we talking
Opening
about
weekend.
Are we talking about overall?
Or no, I'm sorry. Gross. I'm sorry. Overall gross is
Overall
literally
gross.
twice of
Okay. Avengers.
is literally twice of Avengers.
What? Just for reference, what is that gross?
So I'm looking. So Avengers. Oh wait, no, hold on. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Actually, they're tied. So maybe this might actually be a contest.
I
So-
think something that's going to edge it in Star Wars' favor
Yeah.
is that Marvel has a second Marvel movie coming out just a few months after Avengers. They have Ant-Man coming out. So they can't keep Avengers in theaters indefinitely. They can keep Star Wars in theaters for 6
Yeah.
months. There's not another Star Wars movie coming out.
Yeah, but to be fair, like Guardians was in theaters like forever.
for a long time.
Like I remember I went to a movie theater and I saw it was like in December and they still had it. They still had it in January and it's like it took them forever to get rid of that. That and American Sniper. Those things just like stayed forever.
But they didn't stay when there was another Marvel movie coming out. I don't think they would have 2 Marvel movies out at the same time because then you cannibalize your audience. They're not going to go see
I think they
two
totally.
movies.
Let's
I think they totally
So-
would. I don't think
Actually,
they care.
I'm gonna have to eat crow here. Avengers actually grossed more than Episode 1 by a significant margin.
Now, here's the question though: how did Episode 3 do versus? Avengers?
Okay, not as good.
That's what I'm getting at. It
yeah.
got worse over time.
Yeah, so there was a definite cooling. So Episode 1, 650 or 380 million versus so it opened at 430 and Episode 3 was all right.
Ha, Murph's already drunk.
Episode 1 grossed 430 million and Episode 3 did 380. Avengers did 630 million.
Yeah, I'm just concerned that if it's good, it's gonna kill. I have no question. If it's a good movie, it'll kill everything. There will be no contest. If it's a piss poor movie like Episode 1 will, it's gonna bomb really hard, really fast. The first week
I
will be
don't think-
great, and then it'll shoot down really fast.
Episode 1 is now generally considered a shitty movie, but it still did really, really, really well.
But
Hey,
it
you
had
want
a
to feel
clip.
old? It was
Yeah, it was.
that opened in 1999.
Oh, I
So
hate you.
Oh,
It wasn't even the year 2000. Ugh.
yeah. So
yeah.
I remember watching that. I remember driving out to Vero to watch that.
I remember holding my cousin, who I think is how
Can
old
no
is
longer
she now?
be held.
Yeah, she's. I think she's like what 16?
16, yeah.
Maybe? Yeah, she's like 16 now, and that's kind of.
It would be
weird.
inappropriate for you to hold her now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, we just went there.
Random. That's anyways. My opinion is if Star Wars is a quality movie, it'll do really well because it'll be the first really good Star Wars movie in a long time. If Avengers, Avengers is going to do well regardless. I don't think it's going to be a bad movie.
All right.
So it just really depends on how quality the Star Wars movie
All right.
is.
So we'll finish it up. Just say one or the other. Clegg, Avengers or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Jet.
I'm gonna have to go with Avengers. I'm not convinced. Again, I haven't seen the trailer yet, so I have no idea. But my initial guess is Avengers. People are hyped for it already.
Yeah. Murph.
I think I might have to say Avengers Star.
You must choose.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. Yes, the sleeper.
No, I think I'm gonna go Star Wars, but only by a very narrow margin.
All right.
And is it weird to say that
What do you think,
matter,
Chase?
no matter which one happens, Disney doesn't care
Disney. Yeah.
because they own
They don't.
both.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think they're gonna pull Avengers out of theaters. Like if Ant-Man does poorly, then they're still guaranteed.
They'll keep
money.
Avengers in theaters. Like Avengers will still
Yeah.
keep making them money.
Chase, what do you think? Who's the?
I talked about this with my roommate, and I'm gonna say Star Wars on this one because I feel like dicks.
For reference, I think you're totally right. I'm just going
I-
the wild ball that Star Wars is bad.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's like every time I think of Star Wars, I immediately think of the ending of Fanboys of what if this is bad? And then that's it. I think because it's J.J. Abrams, I think it's gonna be good. But I feel like the Star Wars fans are a lot more diehardish. I think opening weekend is gonna be very close. I feel like it's gonna be one of those movies that it's. It's Star Wars. It's like it's a very very tough decision. But I think it's gonna be Star Wars. Star Wars has the bigger fan base. They have a whole bunch of games that are like a whole bunch of good games as well.
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars has maintained their brand.
Yeah.
Like with the Star Wars
Yes.
Rebels, is it the new? I have not
Yes.
watched it, but I hear it's
Oh,
good.
it's so good.
I hear it's really good.
And I think there's a lot of hunger for a new Star Wars movie. We get a new Marvel movie almost
agree.
every year. We haven't gotten a new Star Wars movie in 8 years now. How long has it been since Episode 3?
Don't say it, Murph. I don't want to feel
Star
old again.
Wars.
Yeah.
Just
Came
keep
out,
it to yourself.
What, a couple of years with each other.
Star Wars, 2005. It's been 10 years
Jeez. Oh man.
since a real Star Wars movie. I think there's a lot of hunger.
I'm
to
so
see
glad
that.
you said
yeah.
a real Star Wars movie, and we're not even gonna admit that the Clone Wars was a good movie. Not Attack of the Clones, but the Clone Wars, the animated one.
That one was okay. It wasn't great.
I don't think a lot of people saw it though.
That's not a true live action.
Yeah, it's not a true Star Wars movie. It's
mass
awful.
released theater movie.
It's not awful, but it's not. It's good in the context of if you watch the TV series, it wasn't so bad after watching the TV series. But it definitely was not. Did not give me high confidence for the TV show either. So
all
I
right,
mean,
all right. So we have that. Hopefully, we'll have. Hopefully, one, I'll win. I'll be right on this, and hopefully, I'll be right on, the movie draft, and hopefully, I'll win on our fantasy draft as well. Which, don't worry, Murph. it's not football related. It's very interesting.
can-
We're gonna have like literally a whole episode dedicated to just this one thing.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Ah,
So yeah, so that whole pre-production thing I should have probably told you about. Nope, I'm just gonna tell you right out front on the show, recorded evidence. All right, final topic. It just came out today. We just saw it about a few minutes ago. A new game from an old franchise that I used to play religiously and I'm pretty darn good at. Guitar Hero Live. Da-da! That's the best guitar effect I can do. I don't want to input one. There you go. They've come out. The new trailer has come out for Guitar Hero Live. Is going to be a pure first-person mode where you get to see the crowd reacts to you, and it's a whole new guitar, a bunch of songs. Guys, initial reactions to Guitar Hero Live. We'll start off with Murph.
All right. Guitar Hero is kind of that ultimate party game, and it's kind of been a while. I think everyone who initially had it kind of in college and high school, and there's nothing better than getting a few drinks in you and screaming some karaoke to Guitar Hero. Well, there's some other better things, but I mean, it's the simple things in life, right, guys?
Yeah.
And so I watched some of this gameplay footage, and these are the best crowds that I have seen in a video game. And it might be just because, hey, they just took video, which if you want cheap, realistic looking things, take a video.
Yeah.
Don't 3D model it. And the fact the crowd kind of reacts realistically to if you screw up or not, and your bandmates will like shake their head at you, or the drummer will yell at you, which I think is cool. And it might be just like, oh, you're doing good or you're doing bad states, but no, I'm enthusiastic for it.
Yeah.
And was there something about you don't have to have a console to play it?
I don't think so. I mean, there's a smartphone version that you can play on the TV, but I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that part I'm still like a little bit unsure of. Like they said that there's gonna be Guitar Hero Live where you could play at the crowds, and there's also like the interactive music video. So like they're thinking of new concepts, which I think is really cool. Curtis.
I think it's okay. I don't. The first person mode, like Murph said, was pretty cool. That being said, I mean, is it going to be better than Rock Band? Isn't Rock Band coming out with a new game? I think they said they were
I
coming
believe
out
they're
with a
talking
new
about
one.
getting a new.
Everybody does. Everyone fast forward. Well, not fast, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, does it anything? I guess the question is, well, first of all, there's only 3 keys, which is a
Weird.
little weird.
Yeah.
Very strange.
And I'm totally ready to play some more Guitar Hero, but is it going to be any different than Rock Band at the end of the day?
Yeah.
And Rock Band said all your DLC from the last 2 games, I think, is going to be available on Rock Band, whatever they're on right now.
Yeah.
Right, which is great. Do they have like a profile system now where it's a unified account that knows you own these games, that knows you own these songs?
I believe
Yes, because
so.
you would. I believe if you, I think it's a Harmonix account or something like that.
Okay,
It could
okay,
be.
yeah. Because
I don't know for
licensing
sure.
agreements for not having to purchase those songs again on a new game is probably
I mean, that's huge.
yeah, that's expensive. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I don't have a particular opinion on this one. I think it's the first person mode, like Murph said, is just awesome.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really have a particular opinion on it, other than hey, cool.
Yeah. Clegg?
Anyone else think that this experiment of doing first person is a first step towards VR? Wouldn't it be
I thought
interesting
about
if you had to wear, or not for this game, but maybe 2 games down the road, they incorporated the VR systems so that you get even more immersed in the live crowd performance aspect of it? Because that seems to be the next logical step, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, like when people talk about Oculus Rift, they talk about presence, and I cannot think of a better like application for being like present than being the star of a rock concert.
Yeah.
And how long until it's not just a game, until you and your bandmates are performing with your VR headset on to inhabit this virtual stage, and other people can buy virtual tickets, stick their headset on, and be your crowd. Wouldn't that
I
be
think it's the
something?
I think you're thinking of it in the opposite direction. I think it makes more sense for you be able to put a VR headset on and be at the concert, and then them to be playing on an actual like sound stage or something like that.
I think
So-
that would be great as well.
Yeah.
See, I don't think this game is going to have Morpheus or whatever support.
No,
Just
no, but that seems like the
Yeah.
next logical step, doesn't it?
It could be.
Well, yeah, it does. But I was going to say, it seems like you're not in control of where you look with the camera, and that would be. I could not think of anything more nausea-inducing in a VR headset than having like forced perspective shifts without accompanying head movement.
Oh, right, you'd have to have complete control over
Yeah.
your avatar. But
and-
it just seems like this first person. It's not really an experiment, but it's a new way of playing this particular game. It
No,
seems
like,
like
yeah.
that could be the direction they're moving in, which is really interesting.
Yeah. I'm glad that it's coming back because I played Guitar Hero for years and I played Rock Band for years as well. I like the first person mode, but like Curtis said, the guitar is a little bit weird. Like I'm not full used to it, and like the stuff from the trailer was very basic, and I'm waiting to see a little bit more, a little bit more complex stuff. And I hopefully, that comes out like that will, we'll see that in the coming weeks and coming months. But
Maybe they'll have an expert
Yeah.
hardware guitar where you have to have 5 or 6 buttons like the more recent games
But-
had.
I hate to say it, but they might not be, because if you think about the use case I put out there, hey, this is a party game, play it drunk with your friends.
Mhm.
You don't want to necessarily emphasize how complicated it is. You just want to rock out and have a crowd cheer for you, and you want to feel like this is a game about feeling like a rock star. It's not about playing guitar.
Okay, so
But-
maybe it's a rumble pack that you have to install on the side of the neck.
Yeah.
Or maybe the neck is detachable, where it's an actual guitar, guys. You just have to bring in an actual guitar
Ugh.
to unlock
But
it.
That's
I mean,
Rocksmith all over again.
taking the difficulty out of the game, I don't think it's going to fix that problem, though, Murph. You understand that would be like taking
Right.
the difficulty out of Dark Souls, so it would defeat the purpose of half the people who play that game.
Well, I think a game like Super Smash really
Sorry,
gets
I mean-
the party aspect, but has a high ceiling for skill. Like you can just button mash that game and everyone will have a great time. There's also dodges and jukes and crazy combos you can do. So there's room for the expert gamers to really shine if they want to, but you can do just fine being a drunk button masher.
And like whenever we played Rock Band in a party, we put it on the no fail mode. Like nobody.
Oh yeah,
okay.
I got you.
Were you guys more Rock Band or were you guys more Guitar Hero people?
Guitar Hero, personally.
I think I liked Rock Band better just because of I like to yell.
Yeah. I really wish I played it when The Darkness was on for DLC, and I would have hit that high note. All right, what are 3 songs that you want in this Guitar Hero, this new Guitar Hero and new Rock Band? 3 songs. It could be either it could be in one of the previous ones, and it could also, or it could be any not. So I don't know why. A simple sentence, I couldn't say that. Murph.
Come back to me because I'm thinking. I'm trying to remember what it is. What's his name? It's the Iron Maiden. No, so yeah, Iron Maiden, the Trooper.
Yes, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Which I made a reference in one of
I
my
think-
Let's Play videos. You're welcome.
All right. I think to take it a little more country. Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Mhm.
Fun song.
That was good.
Fun song.
That was a fun
And you know what? I think this is a personal favorite of mine, and I like to put my kind of spin on it. And I like to sing Alanis Morissette's "Jagged Little Pill," but as an angry man, as opposed to sort of a whiny kind of. See, if you, it's yeah, no, it's like, and you gotta. Oh, sorry, I blew out the levels there. On the cross-eyed bear that you gave to me, you.
So a heavy metal version is what you're
Yeah,
saying?
like a
Yeah.
heavy metal version
Gotcha.
of Jagged. Because if you just do the lyrics, that way. It's a really good angry song.
Yeah, it is. All right, Curtis.
You know, I'm gonna get flamed so hard for this, but I just think it would be funny to watch people play it more than actually listen to it. But what's that Taylor Swift song, "Trouble" or whatever? There's that screaming
trouble when you walk in. That one.
Yeah, that one. So I would. The only reason I would want that one to be on there is because our friend Josh loves to sing.
Oh,
in Rock Band.
gosh. Josh ruined Disturbed for us. I can't listen to Disturbed anymore because of him.
And I just want to hear him sing that song just flat out. I have no interest in the song whatsoever. But there's this part where they're like screaming. They're like, ah! You know, and I can just see Josh just like, Josh just screaming that.
Okay,
section.
If I had gone
So more of a humor one.
Side note for everybody else, because we have to tell the Disturbed story. This was years ago when we were all playing Rock Band
so
together. And this was when Disturbed's new CD was just about to come out, and it was Inside the Fire was one of the DLCs. And so nobody else knew how to drum. So I was on drum, Ben was on guitar, and then Josh decided to do vocals. And if you know I didn't forget the lyrics for it because
it's Devin won't go to heaven. He's just another lost soul
going to be mine again. That's it.
I don't
So it's something along that. This is what Josh goes. Da 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 lost soul da 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 da. That's all he did. He never sang. He just literally like
mumbled.
Stroke mumbled to this song. And so now not only can I not listen to this song anymore, I can't listen to Disturbed anymore because that's all I think about. There's two things that Josh has ruined. He's ruined Story of a Girl by I don't even know. All I know is it's by Josh because he always freaking sings it. And then he did this. He did Disturbed. And so it's like this is why we can't have nice things. 9 Days. I think that's who they're called. 9 Days, the Story of a Girl. So anyway, that's my side note. Screw you, Josh. Clegg, your turn. Gosh.
I think I want Everlong by the Foo Fighters.
Oh, such a good song.
Because that was just one of the classics. I think that was in the first or second game, wasn't it?
No, second game was Monkey Wrench. So.
Oh, was it?
Everlong. I don't think it hasn't been on there, but
the Everlong song.
Oh no, Everlong is on Rock Band. One of the Rock Band DLCs.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that wouldn't
Well,
happen.
no, either way, it could be on it or previous one or not.
I think I would like that one.
Okay.
And I would like Cage the Elephant. Borderlands 2 song,
Okay,
No Rest for the Wicked.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one would be really good. And the 007 theme song.
Ooh, wow.
Would be really fun. And Activision
Good wild
still
card on that one.
publishing this, right?
We didn't do that research. All right.
I mean, they did the first one at least. They did the first.
They
Rock
did the
Band.
first Rock
So,
Band.
I don't know if they're doing the most recent one, but they have precedent. They've done 007 games in the past, so it wouldn't be out of the question, I suppose.
Yeah.
Who owned?
I mean, even they still don't have to be part of it because I remember the Halo theme was on Rock Band for granted it was through Xbox, but it was still on it nonetheless.
Right, but it helps if you've partnered with that particular franchise in the past, like you just have that history.
Yeah.
So Activision is putting it out.
Okay.
Good.
So my three songs.
I think 007 would be a good one.
I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness. Because that's I was at the club the other day and they played that, and so like I immediately just belted that out, air guitar to everything. Yeah, like a champion. Missed that one. Hold on. Thank you. I'm Not Okay by Don't Give Me That Look. It's a good flex. I'm Not Okay by My Chemical Romance. Because I just love that song to death, even though it came out in 2005. I know.
I don't know that one, but that's okay.
I
don't remember that one.
Yes.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I think I know what it is.
When you hear it, you'll know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And Threes and Sevens by Queens of the Stone Age.
Oh,
that was one I played a lot. Threes and Sevens / Little Sister. If you can mash that into a medley, that'd be awesome. And number 4, because it's my show, I'll add another one. It's what I do. It's kind of my thing. I just had it, and I'm blanking. Walk by Foo Fighters. It's a really
okay.
good song. I'm sure like there's gonna be other stuff that I'm gonna think of, like, oh, why did I not think of this, or why did I not think of that? But
Trogdor came to mind.
I thought about Bulls on Parade as well just now.
Yeah.
So
Anyways,
yeah. Alrighty.
Trogdor's kind of dated.
Trogdor is kind of dated. I mean,
Speaking of, did you hear that they put out another episode on that website?
They
Just
did.
Sean Bad Homestar Runner
Really?
or whatever?
They put
That's
on
where that
April
song
1st.
originated, isn't it?
yeah, Homestar
Yep.
Runner.
Yeah.
Which with 2 R's, not 1, because that's a porn site. Those devious porners.
If there are any kids listening to the show, he's lying. Also, check out penisland.com.
I got my boss with that. Like, he literally had no idea. And he's like, that's a nice pen. Like, did you get that from Pen Island? He goes, what's that? It's like, oh, it's a great website. You get a bunch of fancy pens like that. And he just starts looking through it, and he's just like, oh, I hate you. And that's probably why I have like 18 hours this week. But
It's probably. It's probably.
which, by the way, this is gonna be all right. Inappropriate note. Have you guys seen the new Insidious 3 poster? Look it up right now. I want you to look it up while I say this joke. All right?
But I don't like horror.
No, just look at the poster. The poster not scary. I'm not asking you to look at the Poltergeist poster, which the theater near me decided to put that banner up, so you have a giant freaky clown on the wall. I'm not going there for a while.
What's
Insidious.
this is it the weird woman who looks like she's randomly looking upwards
Yes.
at a dude's eye?
Yeah, where she kind of looks like someone accidentally put it in the wrong hole.
Oh my god.
Yep.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know
You're
about
welcome,
that.
guys. I'll show, unless you're looking at the wrong one.
Anyways.
So we'll end on that
This
note.
needs
We'll end on
explicit episode.
the wrong hole. All right. Thank you guys very much for watching. Once again, if you're watching us via YouTube, Screw Attack, Stitcher, Tuned In, iTunes, thank you for very much for making us a part of your day. Make sure you like our Facebook page, facebook.com/thatnewshowshow. You can follow me on Twitter at Chase Bunker. You can also follow this show's Twitter at that_game_show. Make sure you also check out a bunch of the Let's Play videos that I did on my YouTube channel, That New Show, which is very hard to do. It's very hard to talk, but I'm glad that it sparked some interest, bringing back in the Warframe business. So I do not believe I forgot anything else. Check out Murph's podcast at dorknightsomething.com. What is it?
Dork Knight Show.
Dork Night Show.
Or just dorknight.com, or look for Dork Knight on iTunes.
Yep.
Probably the easiest way to do it.
Make sure you check out our Ultra Mega Collaboration 9001 special, which will be coming up in the coming weeks. Also, check out next week for our Summer Movie Draft. It'll be glorious. So, for Daniel Clay, Curtis Coe, and Murph Murphy, I am Chase Bunker saying have a good rest of your week, and we will talk to you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.